Here is another big topic, and that is how to make a Dutch noun plural. And there is so much to tell you about this that I've made this a two-parter. So this is part 1 with the most common ones. Hallo lieve vrienden. So making a noun plural, in Dutch you can go all over the place with this because there is a common way and there are so many exceptions, right? So let's start. Usually, if you want to make a word plural, you will add en, an s, or eren at the end, depending on the word, right? So a hand, de hand, the hand, de handen, right? So there's an en to make it plural. The horse, het paard. So the article is het because it's not male, not female. It's a non-gender word. And also remember, this is a rule that for neutral nouns with the article het, in plural, it will always become de. Always. So het paard becomes de paarden. So there's an en at the end to make it plural. So this happens for a lot of words, right? To just place en after the word to make it plural. Words that get an s to make it plural are, for instance, baker. So that is a cup, mostly a plastic cup. That is baker, and plural is bakers. So I have one cup, ik heb een beker. I have two cups, ik heb twee bekers. The word laptop, because it's an English word, the plural is also English, so that is laptops. I have two laptops. Ik heb twee laptops. And the plural forms where you have eren at the end are not that common, but these are for the words egg, in Dutch is ei, and plural is eieren. I have a basket full of eggs. Ik heb een mand vol met eieren. And a leaf from a tree, that is een blad. That is het blad. And plural is de bladeren. So that's eren after the word. So here comes now the first part of the exceptions. Words with an en at the end to make it plural. In a lot of cases, if you make the word singular, then you double the final consonant of that singular form, right? So an animal head, that is kop, and two heads is koppen. So the P is now double. And that is because the emphasis, because it's just a one-syllable word, the emphasis is on that syllable, which means you have to place an extra consonant, because otherwise the pronunciation would have become kopen. And that means something different, right? That means buying. So to prevent the confusion, you have to place an extra P to make the pronunciation koppen. A pen, that is in plural, pennen. So the N becomes double, otherwise it would have become penen, which is a vegetable. A mat in Dutch is mat, in plural matten, right? So double T. Otherwise the word would have been maten, and that means friends. A bed in plural is bedden, so an extra D, because otherwise it would have been beden. A cat is een kat, and plural is de katten. A sack or a bag is een zak, and plural is de zakken. And mattress in Dutch is matras, and in plural matrassen. So this is what happens for this type of words, right? The singular form, look at the last letter of the singular, that is a consonant, and you have to double that. Otherwise, the pronunciation will go wrong. Then another exception. Sometimes, if the singular form has a double vowel, then you will leave out one of those vowels to make it plural. So, again, go back to the first rule, place an en at the end to make it plural. But if the word has a double vowel in the first syllable or in the syllable that has the emphasis, then you leave out one of those, right? So bread is brood. Two breads is twee broden. A pencil in Dutch is potlood. Two pencils is twee potloden. A guitar is een gitaar. Two guitars, twee gitaren. So you see, originally in the singular form it has a double A, and in the plural form one A disappears because it's not necessary to have a double A when you have a vowel after the R, right? So that makes the extra vowel in the beginning unnecessary. A banana is een banaan. Plural is bananen. A leg is een been. And plural is benen. I have two legs. Ik heb twee benen. A window is een raam. Double A. Plural is ramen. So one A disappears. And a school is with double O. That is school. And plural is scholen. One O disappears. So I would say in my neighborhood there are a lot of schools. In mijn buurt zijn er veel scholen. And the final one for this part of the lesson is also ending with an EN, but this time the final letter of the singular form changes in the plural form, right? So a glass is een glas, and plural is de glazen. So the S becomes a Z. A vase is een vaas, plural de vazen. I will place this bunch of flowers in two vases. Ik zet deze bos bloemen in twee vazen. A letter, a written letter, is een brief. I've written two letters. Ik heb twee brieven geschreven. A ship, this is one extra exception, is een schip. And plural is de schepen. So this time not the last letter changes, but the letter before it, the vowel, the I becomes an E. I see two ships on the river. Ik zie twee schepen in de rivier. And nephew is neef. And by the way, nephew and cousin, in English two different words. We have only one Dutch word for that, and that is neef. He is my cousin, hij is mijn neef. I have two cousins, ik heb twee neven. Alright, so these are the most common forms that you will need to make a word plural. But there are more forms with exceptions that I will cover in the sequel of this lesson. And that is, for instance, using an E with two dots on it, because that's also happening a lot for nouns. So I'll see you in the next lesson. If you have something to ask in the meantime, please leave a comment. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe so you won't miss that next lesson. All right, I'll see you in the next one.